Legend has it that the gods created the worlds, but charged the Empyreans to oversee this world's development. In obedience, they left the astral plane to temporarily reside in the material plane to regulate this process. At this stage, the land was simple and void of much elemental influence. The oldest of the Empyreans rules over their kingdom. Eventually, the old ruler reached the age where his spirit goes back to the gods, and the next in line stepped up and took his place as the new Empyrean ruler. He had long thought this world lacked any strong elements. He had heard that resided elemental planes. He started crusades to change this and formed a group of the strongest and wisest to open the forbidden gates. These were the doors that connected the material plane with the elemental plane, and even the planes of the beyond. The ruler warned them to ensure the gates remained closed and guarded while they were venturing in their trips to study what influences to bring back. They were devising a plan of what aspects of these four elements would best influence the world and bring them back through the gates. The final day came when they were executing this plan, and while the gates were open, everything was sabotaged and manifestations passed through and took strongholds in the material plane. No one was sure exactly what went wrong or who may have been behind it, but from that day forward the land had become a battleground for elemental supremacy. Four beings who each possessed a combination of the four elements claimed lairs in the corners of the world. They had Genasi who served them, who formed four nations that divided the control of the elemental horsemen. A rivalry began, putting nation against nation, element against element. The Genasi became the ruling race of the land. Elemental influence rapidly conformed each nation to the elements of the horsemen in control of that surrounding area. The Empyreans had a decision to make. Do they intervene and try to correct these imbalances, or do they let the elements compete over the world? Afraid of possible repercussions from the gods, the Empyrean ruler decided to withdraw his kingdom from the material plane and return it back to the astral plane. Seeing how dangerous these gates were, they sealed them from the outside, eternally closing the material plane off from the other planes' further influence. Since their departure, all connections to the gods have been severed. Which nation will reign supreme? Which element will maintain its stronghold? What will these horsemen do in their conquest for control? Only time will tell.